Welcome to my channel, Unleash Your English. What if the reason your English is still slow is not because you need more grammar, but because you are missing one simple habit every single morning? In this video, I will show you easy English sentences you can use from the moment you wake up, so you can speak more naturally, with less fear and no translation in your mind. But here is the important part. Most learners practice this in the wrong way, and today I will show you the right way, step by step. Chapter 1. Your first words of the day. Have you ever noticed how your morning starts in silence, even when your mind is full of thoughts? You wake up, you open your eyes, but you say nothing in English. You wait for the right time, the right moment, or maybe you tell yourself that you need to learn more before you can speak. And because of this, your day begins the same way every day, quiet, unsure, and a little bit stuck. But today, something very small is going to change everything for you. In this chapter, you are going to learn how to start speaking English from the very first moment you wake up. Not later, not after study, not after practice, but right there, in your bed, with the simplest words you already know. And this is where your confidence begins. The truth is very simple, but most learners ignore it. Speaking English is not something you prepare for, it is something you start. You do not need perfect grammar. You do not need long sentences. You only need a few words and the courage to say them. When you wake up in the morning, your brain is fresh, your mind is calm, and this is the best time to build a new habit. If you start your day with English, even one sentence, your brain slowly begins to accept English as a natural part of your life. This is how real change starts, not with big effort, but with small daily actions. Many learners believe that speaking must come after learning, but this belief keeps them silent for months or even years. They keep waiting, they keep watching videos, they keep reading, but they do not speak. And because they do not speak, they do not improve. So today, we are going to break this cycle. You are not going to wait anymore. You are going to start speaking from the moment your day begins, and you will see how powerful this simple habit can be. Now imagine this. You wake up, you open your eyes, and instead of staying silent, you say one small sentence. Just one. Something very easy, something you already know. You do not think too much, you do not worry about mistakes, you just say it. This is your first step. This is your first win. And this is how your journey begins. Let me guide you step by step in a very simple and easy way. When you wake up tomorrow morning, do not rush. Just open your eyes slowly and say a sentence like, I wake up. That is it. You do not need anything more. Then you can add a small detail, like I wake up at 7 o'clock. Speak slowly. Feel the words. Do not try to be fast, just say it clearly. Then repeat it one more time, and maybe one more time again. You are not memorizing, you are building a habit. After that, you can add another simple sentence. You can say how you feel. For example, I feel sleepy, or I feel happy. These are very easy sentences, but they are very powerful. They connect your English with your real life. You are not learning English from a book, you are using it in your moment. And this makes a big difference. When you speak about your real feelings, your brain understands faster, and your confidence grows naturally. Now, you might feel a little strange in the beginning. You might think, this is too simple, or this is not enough. But trust me, this is exactly what you need. Because fluency does not come from difficult words, it comes from repeated simple sentences. When you repeat easy sentences every day, your brain becomes faster, your tongue becomes more comfortable, and slowly, speaking becomes natural. Keep going with one more small action. After you say how you feel, look around your room and describe something. You can say, I open my eyes and look around. Or you can say, I see my room. Again, very simple, very clear. You are not trying to impress anyone. You are just training your brain to speak. And this training is happening in the most natural way. Now let us make this feel more real. Imagine your morning. You wake up at 7 o'clock. You stretch your body a little. You open your eyes slowly and say, I wake up at 7 o'clock. Then you smile a little and say, I feel sleepy but happy. Then you look around your room and say, I open my eyes and look around. Can you feel it? This is not study. This is your life in English. And this is how real speakers are made. You do not need to sit at a table. You do not need a notebook. You only need your voice. Your morning is your classroom. Your bed is your first speaking place. And your words are your tools. The more you use them, the stronger you become. Now I want you to do something very important with me. Right now, wherever you are, imagine you just woke up. Take a small pause and say 3 sentences. Say, I wake up. Then say, I feel ins. Complete it with your feeling. Then say, I look around. Do not worry if it feels slow. Do not worry if it feels simple. Just say it. This is your first practice. This is your first action. And this is where your confidence begins to grow. But let me warn you about a few things that can stop your progress if you are not careful. Many learners try to use difficult words too early. They think that big words make them better, but this only creates pressure. Keep your words simple. Simple is powerful. Another mistake is translating first in your mind. When you translate, you slow down your thinking, and you lose your natural flow. Try to think directly in English, even if it is very basic. And one more thing, do not stay silent because of fear. Fear is normal, but silence does not help you. Speaking helps you. So whenever you feel stuck, go back to the basics. Say one sentence, then say another. Repeat them, feel them, live them. This is your path. Not perfection, but practice. Not pressure, but progress. And now I want you to remember this very clearly, because this is important for your journey. You started speaking, and that is your first win. Yes, even if your sentences are small. Yes, even if they are not perfect. You spoke, and that means you are already moving forward. And this is only the beginning. Because once you leave your bed, your day continues. And there are many more simple actions you can describe in English. So now let's move to what you do after you leave your bed. Chapter 2. Talking about your morning actions. Now that you have started your day with your first English words, something important begins to happen inside you. You feel a little more awake, not just in your body, but in your mind. But then comes the next problem. You leave your bed, you start your routine, and suddenly, you go silent again. You know what you are doing, but you do not know how to say it in English. Or maybe you know the words, but you feel confused about how to connect them. This is where many learners stop. They start strong, then they lose confidence. But today, we are going to fix this. In this chapter, you will learn how to describe your morning actions step by step in a very simple and comfortable way. The secret is not big sentences. The secret is not perfect grammar. The secret is simple action verbs. These are the small words that describe what you do every day. Words like brush, wash, go, eat, drink. These words are your power. When you use them in simple sentences, your English becomes alive. You are no longer thinking about English, you are using it. And this is what real speaking feels like. Many learners feel pressure when they try to speak about their routine. They think they need to say everything perfectly, like a story in a book. But real speaking is not like that. Real speaking is simple. It is clear. It is step by step. When you wake up, you do not do everything at once. You do one action, then another, then another. Your English should be the same. One action, one sentence. This makes everything easy. So let us walk through this together in a very natural way. Imagine you just left your bed. Do not think about your full routine, just think about one action. Maybe you go to the bathroom. That is your first action. Now say it in English. I go to the bathroom, that is enough. You do not need more, you just said a full sentence. This is your first micro win. Orange. Now you do the next action. Maybe you brush your teeth. Again, do not rush, just say it slowly. I brush my teeth. Feel the words. Say them clearly. Then repeat them one more time. When you repeat, your brain becomes stronger, your mouth becomes more comfortable, and your confidence grows without pressure. After that, you move to another action. Maybe you wash your face. Again, same process. I wash my face. Simple, clear, natural. You are not trying to sound perfect. You are trying to speak. And that is what matters. Now here is something very important. Do not try to speak everything at once. Do not jump from one action to 5 actions in one sentence. This creates confusion. Stay calm, stay slow. One action at a time, one sentence at a time. This is how you build flow. Once you feel comfortable with one sentence, you can add a small detail. For example, instead of just saying, I brush my teeth, you can say, I brush my teeth in the morning, or I brush my teeth slowly. This is a small step, but it makes your English richer. And the best part is, it still feels easy. Now imagine your full morning in a very simple way. You wake up, you go to the bathroom, you brush your teeth, you wash your face. These are normal actions. You already do them every day. Now you are just giving them a voice in English. This is not something new, this is your life, just in another language. Let us make this more real and more natural. Imagine you are standing in front of the mirror. You look at yourself and you say, I brush my teeth. Then you take water and say, I wash my face. Then you walk a few steps and say, I go to the bathroom. These are not practice sentences anymore. These are your real actions, happening in real time. And when you speak like this, your brain connects English with your daily life very fast. You may notice something interesting here. When you speak slowly and clearly, you feel more relaxed. You are not in a hurry, you are not afraid, you are just speaking. And this feeling is very important, because when you feel comfortable, you speak more. And when you speak more, you improve faster. Now I want you to do a small practice with me. Think about your morning. Do not think too much, just choose 3 actions that you do every day. Maybe you brush your teeth, wash your face, and go to the bathroom. Now say them in English. I brush my teeth. I wash my face. I go to the bathroom. Say them slowly, say them clearly. This is your practice. This is your progress. If you want, you can repeat these sentences 2 or 3 times. Not because you need to memorize them, but because repetition makes you stronger. Each time you repeat, your confidence grows a little more. And slowly, speaking becomes natural. But let me help you avoid some common mistakes that can slow you down. Many learners try to speak too fast. They think fast speaking means good speaking. But this is not true. When you speak fast, you make more mistakes, and you feel more nervous. So slow down. Speaking slowly is not weakness, it is control. Another mistake is trying to use long sentences too early. You might feel that short sentences are not enough, but they are exactly what you need right now. Long sentences can come later. First, build your base with simple sentences. This is how strong speakers grow. And one more thing, do not forget to repeat. Many learners say a sentence one time and then move on. But repetition is your best friend. When you repeat, you train your brain and your mouth together. This is how fluency is built. So always remember this simple truth. Simple sentences make strong speakers. Yes, even if they feel easy. Yes, even if they feel small. These simple sentences are building your future fluency, step by step. And now, something exciting is coming next. You already know how to describe your actions. But your English can become even more powerful when you add feelings and thoughts to your sentences. This is what makes your English sound real, natural, and alive. So now let's make your English more natural with feelings and thoughts. Chapter 3. Add feelings to your English. Now you can speak about your morning. You can say what you do, You can describe your actions step by step, but something may still feel missing. Your English may sound correct, but it may not feel alive. It may feel a little dry, a little empty, like you are just saying words without feeling them. And this is a very common problem. Many learners speak like robots. They say sentences, but there is no emotion inside them. And because of this, they feel disconnected from their own English. But today, you are going to change that. In this chapter, you will learn how to add feelings to your English, so your words become real, natural, and full of life. The truth is simple. Language is not just about actions, it is about feelings. Every time you wake up, you do not just move your body. You feel something. Maybe you feel tired, maybe you feel happy, maybe you feel excited, or even a little lazy. These feelings are already inside you. You just need to express them in English. And when you do that, something powerful happens. Your English stops being a subject, and it becomes a part of you. Many learners ignore this step. They focus only on actions like, I brush my teeth, or I go to the bathroom. These sentences are good, but they are not complete. Real communication includes emotion. When you add feelings, your sentences become more human. They become more natural, and most importantly, they become easier to remember because they are connected to your real life. Think about it like this. If you say, I wake up, it is a simple sentence. But if you say, I feel tired when I wake up, it becomes more meaningful. It becomes your experience. And when you speak your experience, your brain understands faster. Your confidence grows faster. And your English becomes stronger. Now let me guide you in a very easy way to do this. Start with two simple words. I feel. These words are your key. They open the door to natural English. When you wake up, say, I feel tired. That is enough. Do not try to say something complicated. Just say what is true for you. Maybe today you feel sleepy. Maybe tomorrow you feel fresh. Both are correct. Both are real. Now connect your feeling with your action. For example, you can say, I feel tired in the morning. Or, after washing your face, you can say, I feel fresh. This connection is very powerful. You are not just speaking, you are describing your real moment. And this makes your English stronger every day. As you continue, try to use simple emotion words. Words like tired, happy, fresh, excited, calm. These are easy words, but they are very useful. You do not need big vocabulary. You need real vocabulary. Words that you can use every day. Words that you understand deeply. This is how you build confidence. And here is something very important. When you say these sentences, do not speak like a machine. Speak slowly and feel your words. If you say, I feel happy, try to smile a little. If you say, I feel tired, let your voice be soft. This may feel strange at first, but it helps your brain connect emotion with language. And this is how your English becomes natural. You can also repeat the same sentence with different feelings. For example, you can say, I feel tired in the morning. Then you can say, I feel excited for the day. Then maybe, I feel calm today. This small practice helps you explore your emotions in English. And each time you do this, your confidence grows. Let us make this more real. Imagine your morning again. You wake up slowly. You open your eyes and say, I feel tired in the morning. Then you go to the bathroom. You wash your face. And you look at yourself in the mirror. You smile a little and say, I feel fresh after washing my face. Then you think about your day. Maybe you have something important to do. And you say, I feel excited for the day. Can you feel the difference? These are not just sentences. This is your life in English. Now your English is not only about actions. It has emotion. It has personality. It sounds real. And when you speak like this, you start to enjoy English more. It no longer feels like a task. It feels like expression. Now I want you to do a small practice with me. Right now, stop for a moment and ask yourself, how do I feel? Do not think too much. Just choose one feeling. Then say it in English. I feel happy. Maybe you say, I feel tired. Both are perfect. The important thing is that you say it. This is your moment. This is your practice. If you want, you can add one more sentence. Connect your feeling with your action. For example, I feel fresh after I wash my face. Say it slowly, say it clearly. This is how you build your speaking step by step. But let me help you avoid some common mistakes. Many learners ignore emotions. They only speak about actions. This makes their English feel empty. Do not forget your feelings. They are a big part of communication. Another mistake is using difficult vocabulary. You do not need complex words to express your feelings. Simple words are enough. In fact, simple words are better. And one more thing, do not speak without feeling. If your voice has no emotion, your English will not feel natural. Try to feel your words, even a little. Always remember, your goal is not to sound perfect. Your goal is to sound real. And real English comes from real feelings. So as you continue your journey, keep adding emotions to your sentences. Keep connecting your English with your life. This is how you build a strong and natural speaking habit. And now I want you to remember this, because this is very important for your progress. When you feel your words, your English becomes alive. Yes, it becomes alive, just like your thoughts, just like your emotions. And now, you are ready for the next step. You can speak your actions, you can express your feelings. And now it is time to connect everything into one smooth story. So now let's connect your actions into a full routine story. Chapter 4. Build your morning routine. Story. Now you can say simple sentences. You can talk about your actions. You can even add your feelings. But maybe something still feels broken. You speak one sentence, then you stop. You think again. Then you speak another sentence, then you stop again. It feels slow. It feels disconnected. And sometimes, it feels frustrating. You may ask yourself, why can I say sentences, but I cannot speak smoothly? This is a very common feeling. And the reason is simple. You are not connecting your sentences yet. But do not worry. In this chapter, you will learn how to turn your small sentences into a smooth, natural story. And when this happens, your English will feel like real speaking, not practice. The truth is, speaking is not about single sentences. Speaking is about flow. It is about moving from one idea to another, without stopping too much. When you speak in your own language, you do not think about every sentence. You just continue. You connect your ideas naturally. Now you are going to do the same in English, but in a very simple way. You do not need long sentences to create flow. You only need small connectors. Words like then and after that are very powerful. They help you move from one action to the next. They are like bridges between your sentences. And when you use them, your English starts to sound smooth and natural. Think about your morning again. You wake up, you go to the bathroom, you brush your teeth, you wash your face, you go to the kitchen. These actions are already in order. Your job is just to connect them with simple words. This is how you build your story. Now let me guide you step by step in a very easy way. Start from the beginning of your day. Say, I wake up. Then add your next action with a connector. Then I brush my teeth. Do you see what happened? You connected two sentences. This is your first step toward flow. Now continue. After brushing your teeth, you do something else. Maybe you wash your face. So you say, after that, I wash my face. Now your story is growing. It is still simple, but it is connected. And that is what matters. Keep going slowly. Do not rush. Add your next action. Maybe you go to the kitchen. So you say, then I go to the kitchen. Now you have a small story. It is not long, but it is complete. And more importantly, it feels natural. The key here is to keep your sentences short and clear. Do not try to say too much in one sentence. Short sentences are easy to control. They help you stay confident, and when you connect them, they become powerful. Now here is something very important. Repeat your full routine. Do not say it one time and stop. Say it again, and maybe one more time. Each time you repeat, your flow becomes smoother, your pauses become smaller, and your confidence becomes stronger. This repetition is not boring. It is training. It is how your brain learns to speak without fear. Let us make this more real and more natural. Imagine you are talking to yourself in the morning. You say, I wake up, then I brush my teeth. You continue, after that, I wash my face. Then you add, then I go to the kitchen. You are not thinking too much. You are just following your routine, and your English is following your life. You can also make it a little more personal. For example, you can say, I wake up, then I brush my teeth slowly. Or after that, I wash my face with cold water. These small details make your story more real. But remember, keep it simple. Do not add too much at once. Now I want you to try something with me. Think about your morning routine from start to finish. Do not make it long. Just choose 4 or 5 actions. Now connect them in English. Say, I wake up, then I brush my teeth. After that, I wash my face. Then, I go to the kitchen. Speak slowly. Do not stop too much. Let your sentences flow into each other. Do not try to be perfect. Just move forward. This is how real speaking works. As you practice, you will notice something beautiful. Your English will start to feel like a story. Not a lesson, not a test, a story. And when you feel this, your confidence will grow naturally. You will start to enjoy speaking. And this is a very important moment in your journey. But let me help you avoid some common mistakes that can break your flow. One big mistake is stopping between sentences. If you stop too much, your story breaks. Try to keep moving, even if it is slow. Another mistake is forgetting connectors like then and after that. Without them, your sentences feel separate. So always use simple connectors to link your ideas. And one more important thing, do not overthink. When you think too much, you lose your natural flow. You start to doubt yourself, you start to hesitate. Instead, trust your simple sentences. Trust your practice. Let your words come out naturally. Always remember, you are not trying to speak like a textbook. You are trying to speak like a real person. And real speaking is simple, connected, and natural. Now look at yourself. Just a short time ago, you were saying single words, or maybe nothing at all. And now, you are connecting sentences. You are building a story. You are expressing your routine in English. This is real progress. So take a moment and feel proud of yourself, because what you are doing right now is not easy, but you are doing it. And this is how confidence is built, step by step, sentence by sentence. And I want you to remember this line, because it shows how far you have come. You are now telling a story in English. Yes, a real story, your story. And now, we are going to take this even further. Because once you can speak in a flow, the next step is to make your speaking faster and smoother, without losing your confidence. So now let's make your speaking faster and smooth. Chapter 5. Speak without thinking too much. At this point, you can speak about your morning. You can connect your sentences. You can even add your feelings. But there is still one problem that stops many learners right here. You start speaking, and suddenly your mind becomes busy. You begin to think too much. You ask yourself, is this correct? Should I say it like this or like that? And in that moment, your voice slows down, your confidence drops, and sometimes you stop completely. This is not because you cannot speak. It is because you are thinking too much. And today, you are going to break this habit and feel a big sense of relief. The truth is very simple. Speed does not come from thinking. Speed comes from speaking. The more you think, the slower you become. The more you speak, the faster you grow. Many learners believe they must think first and speak later. But this idea creates fear. It creates pressure. It makes speaking feel like a test. Real speakers do not do this. They speak first and they adjust as they go. And now, you are going to learn to do the same. Think about a child learning to speak. The child does not wait to be perfect. The child speaks, makes mistakes, and keeps going. That is why the child learns faster. You can do the same. You already have the words. You already have the sentences. Now, you need to trust them and use them without stopping too much. Let us make this very simple and practical for you. When you start speaking about your morning, do not pause to think about every word. Just start. Say, I wake up, I go, I eat, I drink. These are simple words. You know them. You do not need to think deeply. You just need to say them. This is your first step towards speed. As you continue, use only the words you already know. Do not try to find new or difficult words in the middle of speaking. This will slow you down. Stay with your simple vocabulary. It is enough. In fact, it is powerful. When you use known words again and again, your brain becomes faster. Your speaking becomes smoother. Now imagine your morning again. You wake up and you start speaking without stopping too much. You say, I wake up, I go to the bathroom, I brush my teeth, I wash my face, I go to the kitchen. You keep going. You do not stop to check every sentence. You just move forward. And this is where real fluency begins. At first, you may feel a little uncomfortable. You may feel that your sentences are not perfect. But that is okay. Accept your mistakes. They are part of your progress. Every mistake you make is helping you improve. So do not stop because of fear. Keep speaking. Now let me guide you through a simple way to practice this every day. When you start your routine, begin speaking immediately. Do not wait. Do not prepare. Just speak. Even if your sentences are very simple, that is fine. The goal is to keep your voice moving. Then, as you continue, focus on your flow. Do not focus on perfection. If you make a mistake, ignore it and continue. You can always improve later. Right now, your goal is to build confidence and speed. Repeat this practice every day. Repetition is very important. Each day your brain becomes more comfortable. Each day your pauses become shorter. And slowly, you will notice that you are speaking without thinking too much. This is a big change. Let us make this more real. Imagine you are in your kitchen. You are making tea or breakfast. And you start speaking, I feel good today. I start my day with energy. You smile a little as you say it. You do not stop. You do not think too much. You just speak. This is not practice anymore. This is your life in English. You can also combine your actions and feelings. For example, I wake up, I feel good, I go to the kitchen, I eat, I drink. These sentences are simple, but they are powerful because they flow, they move, they feel natural. Now I want you to try something with me. Right now, or later today, take 30 seconds and speak your morning routine without stopping. Do not worry about mistakes. Do not worry about grammar. Just speak. Say everything you can in those 30 seconds. Keep your voice moving. This is your challenge. You may feel that 30 seconds is long, but it is not. Once you start speaking, time will move quickly. And when you finish, you will feel something new. You will feel more confident. You will feel more relaxed. And most importantly, you will feel proud. But let me help you avoid some common mistakes that can stop your progress. One big mistake is waiting to be perfect. If you wait for perfect sentences, you will never speak freely. So stop waiting. Start speaking. Another mistake is pausing too much. Small pauses are okay, but too many pauses break your flow. Try to keep going, even if you feel unsure. And of course, fear of mistakes is something many learners feel. But remember, mistakes are not your enemy. They are your teacher. Every time you make a mistake, you learn something new. So do not be afraid. Be active. Be brave. As you continue this practice, something amazing will happen. Your brain will stop overthinking. Your mouth will move more naturally. Your sentences will come faster. And speaking will start to feel easy. So always remember this powerful truth. Fluency grows when you stop waiting. Yes, it grows when you take action, when you speak, when you move forward without fear. And now, you are ready for the next step. You can speak with flow. You can reduce overthinking. And now it is time to make your English sound more natural and confident, like a real speaker. So now let's make your English sound more natural and confident. Chapter 6. Sound natural, like a real speaker. At this stage, you can already speak about your morning. You can describe your actions, connect your sentences, and even speak without thinking too much. But there is still one feeling that many learners have. You may feel that your English sounds correct, but it does not sound natural. It may feel a little flat, a little mechanical, like you are reading instead of speaking. And when you hear yourself, you may think, this does not sound like a real speaker. This is a normal feeling, and it happens to almost everyone. But here is the good news. In this chapter, you are going to learn how to make your English sound more natural, more alive, and more confident, step by step. The truth is very simple. Natural speaking is not about big words or fast speed. It is about rhythm and repetition. It is about how your voice moves, how you pause, and how you feel your words. When you listen to real speakers, you will notice something. They do not speak like machines. They pause naturally. They change their tone. They show small emotions. And this is exactly what you are going to learn now. Many learners focus only on words. They think, if I know more words, I will sound better. But words are only one part. Your voice is just as important. The way you say something can change everything. A simple sentence can sound powerful if you say it with feeling, and even a correct sentence can sound weak if you say it without emotion. So now, let us bring your English to life. Let us make it sound real. Let us make it sound like you. Start with a very simple habit. Listen and repeat. When you hear a sentence, do not just understand it. Repeat it. Try to copy the sound, the rhythm, and the feeling. For example, say, I wake up slowly, then I smile. Say it once, then say it again, then one more time. Each time, try to make it sound more natural. As you repeat, pay attention to your pauses. Do not rush through the sentence. Give a small pause where it feels natural. For example, I wake up slowly, then I smile. This small pause makes your sentence feel calm and real. It gives your words space to breathe. Now add a small emotion. When you say, I feel ready for my day, try to feel that energy. Let your voice show it. Maybe your tone becomes a little brighter. Maybe you smile a little. These small changes make a big difference. They turn your sentence from simple to powerful. Practice this every day. It does not need to be long. Just a few minutes is enough. The key is consistency. When you repeat sentences daily, your voice becomes more flexible. Your rhythm becomes smoother. And slowly, your English starts to sound natural without effort. Another powerful step is to record your voice. This may feel strange at first, but it is very helpful. When you record yourself, you can hear how you really sound. You can notice your pauses, your tone, and your rhythm, and then you can improve step by step. This is like having your own teacher. Do not judge yourself when you listen. Just observe. Maybe you notice that you speak too fast. Maybe you notice that your voice is flat. That is okay. This is how you learn. Each time you record and listen, you become more aware, and awareness leads to improvement. Now let us make this feel real and natural. Imagine your morning again. You wake up slowly, you stretch a little, and you say, I wake up slowly, then I smile. You say it gently. You feel the moment. Then you continue, I feel ready for my day. You say it with energy. Then you sit down with your tea and say, I enjoy my morning tea. You say it calmly, maybe with a small smile. Can you feel the difference? These are simple sentences, but they sound alive. They sound like a real person speaking, not a learner trying to remember words. This is your goal, not to sound perfect, but to sound real. Now I want you to try something very simple but very powerful. Choose one sentence, any sentence you like. For example, I feel ready for my day. Now say it 3 times. The first time, just say it normally. The second time, add a little emotion. The third time, say it with full feeling. Notice how your voice changes. Notice how your confidence grows. This is your mini practice. You can do this every day with different sentences. It takes only a few seconds, but it creates a big change over time. But let me help you avoid some common mistakes that can stop your progress. One big mistake is speaking like a robot. When you speak without pauses and without emotion, your English feels flat. So always remember to breathe, to pause, and to feel your words. Another mistake is having no emotion in your voice. Even simple sentences need a little feeling. You do not need to act, just be natural. Let your real feelings come into your voice. And one more important thing, do not forget to listen to yourself. Many learners speak, but they never hear their own voice. When you listen, you learn. When you ignore your voice, you stay the same. So take a moment to hear yourself. It will help you grow faster. Now look at your journey. You started with silence. Then you spoke simple sentences. Then you connected them. Then you reduced overthinking. And now, you are improving your voice. This is real progress. This is how fluency is built. So take a deep breath and feel proud of yourself. Because your voice is changing. Your English is becoming more natural. And your confidence is growing every day. And I want you to remember this line, because it shows your progress clearly. Your voice is becoming stronger every day. Yes, stronger, clearer, and more natural. And now, something exciting is waiting for you. You have built a simple routine. You have learned how to speak it naturally. And now, you will see how this small daily habit can create a big transformation in your English. So now let's see how this simple routine can change your English fast. Chapter 7, Your New English Habit Starts Today. You have come a long way. At the beginning, maybe you felt silent, unsure, and even a little afraid to speak. You knew words, but you could not use them. You wanted to speak, but something inside you stopped you. But now, look at yourself. You can say simple sentences. You can describe your morning. You can connect your ideas. You can even speak with feeling and flow. This is not small progress. This is real change. And now, there is only one thing left that will decide your future. Not talent, not grammar, not even vocabulary. It is your daily habit. Because what you do every day becomes who you are. The truth is simple and powerful. Daily practice creates real transformation. Not one long session, not one perfect day, but small actions, repeated every day. This is how your brain learns. This is how your confidence grows. And this is how English becomes a part of your life. Many learners start strong, but they stop after a few days. They feel excited in the beginning, then life becomes busy, or motivation becomes low. And slowly, they return to silence. But you are not going to do that. You are going to build a habit that is easy, simple, and strong. Let us make this very clear and very practical. Every morning, you speak. No matter what. You do not wait for the perfect time. You do not wait to feel ready. You just start. Even if it is only 3 sentences, that is enough. In fact, that is perfect. On your first day, you wake up and say 3 sentences. Maybe you say, I wake up, I brush my teeth, I feel good. That is your start. It is simple, but it is powerful because you took action. On the next day, you do a little more. You say 5 sentences. Maybe you add 1 or 2 more actions. You say, I wake up, I go to the bathroom, I brush my teeth, I wash my face, I feel ready. You are still simple, but you are growing. After a few days, something changes. You feel more comfortable. You do not need to think too much. Your sentences come more easily, and you start to enjoy the process. This is the moment when your habit becomes real. Now imagine 1 week later. You wake up and speak without fear. You say your routine smoothly. You add feelings. You connect your ideas. You feel proud. And you realize something important. You are not just learning English. You are using it. This is how transformation happens. Not in one day, but in many small days. Each day adds something. Each day makes you stronger. Now let us make this feel even more real. Imagine you wake up tomorrow morning. You open your eyes and say, today, I speak 3 sentences. You smile a little. You do it. The next day you say, tomorrow I speak 5 sentences. And you do it again. Then 1 week later you say, next week I speak easily. And now it feels true. Because you practiced. Because you stayed consistent. This is your journey. Simple steps, real progress. Now I want you to do something important with me. Right now, take a moment and say your morning routine. Say it with confidence. Do not stop too much. Do not worry about mistakes. Just speak. This is your moment. This is your practice. This is your proof that you are changing. You may feel a little nervous. That is okay. You may make small mistakes. That is okay too. What matters is that you speak. Because every time you speak, you are building your future fluency. But let me help you stay on the right path by avoiding some common mistakes. One big mistake is skipping days. When you skip, your habit becomes weak. Try to speak every day, even if it is just for 1 minute. Another mistake is expecting fast results. Change takes time. Be patient. Trust the process. And one more thing, do not lose motivation when you feel slow. Progress is not always fast, but it is always happening if you stay consistent. So whenever you feel tired or lazy, remind yourself why you started. You want to speak. You want to feel confident. You want to express yourself, and you are already doing it. Take a deep breath and look at yourself again. You are not the same person who started this journey. You are stronger. You are braver. And most importantly, you are speaking. And now I want you to remember this powerful truth. You are already becoming an English speaker. Yes, right now, not in the future. Right now, because you are taking action. So keep going. Keep speaking. Keep building your habit. Because something amazing is waiting for you. Imagine your English after 30 days of this simple habit. Imagine waking up and speaking without fear. Imagine expressing your thoughts clearly. Imagine feeling confident in your voice. This is not a dream. This is your path. You feel confident, proud, and ready to speak daily. And today, your action is very simple. Speak 5 sentences about your morning today. Do it with confidence. Do it with feeling. And I want to hear from you. Write 1 sentence about your morning in the comments. Share your voice. Show your progress. If you want to continue this journey and improve every day, subscribe for daily simple English speaking practice. Stay connected. Stay consistent. And always remember this line, because it is the truth of your journey. Your English starts the moment you speak, so start now.